taking pictures.
I'll keep them down here.
I forgot my sparklers. Hey, Cody, didn't you say I was supposed to have sparklers? Sparklers. Did you not? You didn't bring my sparklers? Oh, you should go get them. Nobody can see me.
No, you're not there.
Okay, put your pages up here.
Can't see them from there.
Okay. I'm just going to turn this off for a minute. We got to get something going. People will just leave this going.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's do that. I'm in. Oh, man.
Okay. Just making sure this is working.
Here it's all, yep. Good. Yeah, good.
Okay, I'd like to see a show of hands of anybody that's been married 30 years or more. Do you still want to be? And there's not a lot of you. Just saying. Like, we've been married 33 years and sometimes I like them. So I just wanted to say to Taryn, I can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, she's down there.
Well, you guys, we all know time flies. But no worries, 30 years of marriage goes extremely slow. You'll have plenty of time to rethink this thing over and over and over again. I think it'll work out for you guys, though, because you've been practicing, and practice makes perfect. I'd like to see that. Okay, you guys, I've revised James's speech. He's usually quite good at staying under 2 minutes for pretty much anything. So you're welcome to all those with children. James?
I'm James, and this is my wife, Candy. We are your MCs for this evening. I guess they couldn't find anyone else, and I tried getting arrested, and that didn't happen. So,
Did you guys have any friends, by the way? I didn't think they had friends, but look at y'all.
yeah, a lot of friends here.
There's a lot of people that could have did this.
I'd like... Bride? Tyrone?
I'd like to introduce you. Yep.
Dwight. Yes. I'd like to introduce you
To the
to
parents.
the bride and groom.
No, to the parents of the groom.
Oh, to the parents of the groom, sorry. Dwight and Marianne Musician.
Yes.
Best man are Serge, Tolan, Mitchell, and Brock. And ring bearer is Bronson.
I wrote this, and
Yeah,
you just
they
can't
told
read
me
it
that, Yeah,
word for word.
it's your turn.
I'd like to introduce you to the parents of the bride, Tyrone and Angel Tangadal. Where are you guys? Hey, wait. Marianne and Dwight didn't get a clap. Let's clap.
There we go.
Dwight, you stand up.
Yeah.
Bridesmaids Sarah, Shania, Rebecca, and Ashley. Flower girls McKenna and Casey. I just wanted to say, Taryn, you look beautiful. And Cody, we're just happy you're not wearing your gun. But on a more serious note, a last introduction that everyone will need a drink for, obviously, who I will be focused on for most of the evening. I'm sure all of us will give them thoughts from this day, our love, admiration, and best wishes. I'd like you to raise your glasses and say a toast to the bar staff.
Yes. To the bar staff. Yeah.
Solid Coast Fire Department. Drinks are $3 at the bar. Okay, James has a speech now, and you can all thank me for revising it.
We've all known the Yasishin family forever. We've known Cody since he was born and before all the broken bones. We're all happy to add Taryn and her family as friends for many more. And thinking of all the family and friends who cannot be here on this amazing day. Let me tell you a little story about when I thought Taryn would be right for Cody. Dwight and I are in full hunting gear, cold, tired. It's late, the stars are beaming, the moose is down in an ungodly swamp, thinking of lighting a fire, but it's way too dry to do that. Cody's coming soon to help us out. He finally showed up around midnight with Taryn. I don't think Candy would have helped us.
No, absolutely not.
A couple hours into the freezing cold to load the moose, I looked down at Taryn and she's wearing sandals and not complaining at all.
Complaining, Taryn?
At all. First impressions are great. And I thought to myself, he'd be crazy not to marry that girl. You're interrupted.
Well, you definitely married the wrong girl then. By the way, Dwight, you said that girls are not allowed at Moose Camp. I heard that more than once. More than once, so what the heck?
We are honored to be here on this great day with you good people to witness the marriage of Cody and Taryn Yasishin. Please all raise your glasses to the bride and groom. Best wishes and stay strong.
You will need it.
You'll need it. That was a good
Okay, that's it. So
Supper.
now we'd like to call Taryn's parents
Angel and Tyrone.
up to the
Podium.
to say their speech.
Maybe they never made it.
Did you guys make one? Angel, did you make a speech?
What time supper?
What's what?
Oh, do supper first? Oh, let's do supper first.
No. Oh, we want to do supper first?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Mary Ann's speech is 4 pages long. We're going to do suppers first. Like, it literally is 4 pages long.
Time supper.
Supper is at 6. We're going to start with the bride and the groom's table, and then the family, everyone with a blue table goes first. So,
And we'll carry on.
and then we'll carry on from there. So, you guys got to start so the rest of us can eat.
Hey, that went pretty.
Wait a minute.
That went smooth.
Wait, that means I go last.
What?
This is working out for me. I go last.
Hello, everybody. Speeches are about to begin, and we would like to
Welcome the bride,
welcome the bride,
parents,
parents,
to introduce
to introduce
the groom's family, Angel and Tyrone. We need your speech. I'd like to let James do this, but he never does anything right.
We're good.
He just doesn't. Sorry.
Hey,
He does try though.
good.
Okay, so we need the bride's parents up here,
They're coming.
Tyrone and Angel. So good luck with introducing the groom into your family. So that'll be nice. Hold on, their notes are not in order. Angels are 4 pages long too. Okay, you talk.
Well, folks, let's start here. Thanks everybody for coming. We're going to start with welcoming Cody into the family. I'm not much of a public speaker, but here it goes. Cody came into our lives 8 years ago when he started dating our daughter. Right from the time we met Cody, we knew that they were a good match. Then the year Taryn graduated, they got a puppy together, and to this day they still have Yoshi. Thanks for all the happiness you have brought to our daughter's life. I know she's beyond grateful for everything you do. Cody, you are one of a kind, and we do welcome you with open arms into the family. Let's have a toast to the groom. There, good job.
Oh, sorry, Marianne. I meant 4 recipe cards. Okay, so now the groom's parents would like to welcome the bride into the family. Dwight and Marianne? Oh, Dwight, you are coming up. Impressive.
No. I feel so tall.
Okay, Marianne, you got it.
No. Hi, everybody. I just want to say thank you for everyone who's traveled to join us today, both near and far. I know it's not as easy as it used to be. I also want to say thank you to Rudy and Carol for hosting the wedding ceremony. A beautiful yard. I'm trying not to. Everybody knows that when I do this, because I'm not a public speaker either, that I tend to cry. So I did write a 4-page speech, but I'm just going to wing it here.
I'll read it for you.
No, that's okay. So anyway, ever since Taryn entered our lives, she's a beautiful girl, a wonderful girl, very talented. She's very caring and compassionate, and she's really been part of our family for the last 8 years. And I want to welcome her into our family. Would you quit laughing at me, Cody? So anyway, if everyone could raise their glasses and toast Taryn, welcome to our family. We love you, and we're here for you guys. To Taryn.
Taryn and Cody. I'm going to keep this short and sweet too. I'd like to thank everybody for coming also. A lot of people from Ontario, BC. I'd like to thank James and Candace for helping us out today. Taryn, it's wonderful to have you in the family. There's not much more I can say, just everybody have fun and do your thing tonight and have fun. And I got 2 people I'd like to thank. I just met her last September at Sergie's wedding, and I would like to welcome Jennifer and Mark, my niece, into our family. So let's all raise it for Mark and Jennifer. You've been a blessing too. And one other person is Auntie Pauline. I want to thank you for coming also. Everybody's getting a little bit older. I know you guys are all getting a little bit older all the time. So it's very nice that you came out, Auntie, and I'm very happy that you're here. So let's have fun tonight, and let's take it from there, guys, okay? I'm done. Thank you.
I'm out.
Hey.
You got a mic drop.
Oh, yes. I have one joke to tell you guys. Does anybody know the difference between a Ukrainian wedding and a Ukrainian funeral? One less drunk at the funeral. At the funeral. Thank you.
Good joke, Dwight. And now you can all stop calling yourself 29. We all know you're older. Okay, we'd like to call the maid of honor up here for her speech. Sarah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm Taryn's maid of honor and her partner in crime, as her and I like to call ourselves. For the past 15 years, I've had the pleasure of watching Taryn grow into the woman that sits before you all today. Taryn and I met in elementary school and have been friends basically ever since. She, as many of you will probably agree, never ceases to find amusement in the mundane, and she will make fun out of anything. It's never a dull moment with her around. We spent so many hours driving Saskatchewan grid roads as teenagers, and Taryn, no matter where we were, could always find our way home. With no help from me, because I promise you I'm the most useless person at directions in the world. We would search for abandoned houses and churches and creepy cemeteries in the middle of the night, and we spent so many hours out. Taryn, also a lover of animals, has also never been able to say no to the many strays that we have come across. I think about 3 occasions at least that we came home with kittens that we did not leave with, and they either went to Angel's or to Taryn's, to the funny farm, as I like to call it, because she takes in anything that has 4 legs. Taryn does so much. I have no idea when she found the time, but she has learned to raise chickens and horses, geese, bunnies, a pony, cats, dogs, anything that walks on 4 legs on that farm. She cans and preserves her own food. She is an excellent interior decorator and has designed a beautiful dream farmhouse for her and Cody. She's kind and generous and ambitious, confident, and she's the most resourceful person I've ever met in my life. She finds a solution to absolutely anything. And Taryn, no matter what color you dye your hair, you will always be a sassy, fiery redhead on the inside. And I'm so grateful that you're in my corner. Cody, it's not lost on me how much work you do to make my best friend happy, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I don't imagine she's always the most pleasant, because I've seen her particularly spicy moods, and you may have been put through the ringer a few times, and I think you got a few more times left. Most times when I pop by the farm to say hi, Cody is busy working in the yard, working in the sun, doing stuff to try to bring his and Taryn's very strange, sometimes, ideas to life. But it's very obvious to me that you do a lot of work to make her happy, and I appreciate that. Whether it's building chicken coops, or sanding down the doors that you just painted, or hanging a Pilsner flag from your yard light, always with a cold beer close at hand. I don't think I've ever seen you without a cold beer in your hand, actually. Cody, Taryn loves her family, and you have landed yourself a ride or die, and I promise you that. As her best friend, it is my job to ask that you continue to cherish her and protect her and love her through all that life may throw at the two of you. Thank you for taking care of her and for loving and supporting her with all of her wild ideas in the years gone by. I have seen the joy you bring her firsthand, and she lights up when she tells me all the silly stories of the things that you do to make her laugh. And some of them are, they are not fit to tell to the public, honestly, because there's been some wild ones. She lights up when she tells me about you, and you can see. I'm so glad that you two found each other, because you bring a balance to her that I've never seen anybody bring to Taryn before. So, if I could ask everybody to raise a glass. Taryn and Cody, I wish you two a peaceful home and wild adventures, and a marriage full of love, laughter, good health, and joy. To the bride and groom.
Okay, next we'd like to get Serge up here, and one of Cody's best men, and see what he's got to say.
Good evening, everyone. If you're in this room and don't know who I am yet, you're probably at the wrong wedding. I'm Corey Serge. I'm Cody's best man, and I've also been his cousin for 27 years. I'd like to thank Sarah, Angel, and Tyrone, Dwight, and Marianne for the speeches. They were all really good. I'm sure it was all enjoyed. But I was told that the length of a best man speech should be about the same amount of time that it takes the groom to make love. So everyone, have a great night. So, less than a year ago, Cody had promised me that he was going to write the best speech ever spoken at my wedding. And he got pretty close, so I'm going to try my best to have the second best speech ever spoken. We never talked about it, but always an unspoken belief that we are both going to be each other's best men. Somehow we are both able to find women that actually wanted to marry us. One of the earliest memories I have of Cody and myself is we were standing behind Bob's shed and there's a white fence and we were both peeing on it. I don't remember exactly what happened, but by the end of it we were both soaked, or at least I was, and I don't remember it raining that day. I'm sure everyone can figure out what happened. You'd think being wooden spoon survivors that our shenanigans would have stopped as we got older, but they only got more expensive. I could talk about all the stupid things we have done over the years, but I'll keep most of those stories between us and anyone who already knows them. There's countless of stories of things we did growing up, from playing Nintendo 64 to all the days we spent driving in a truck across Saskatchewan for motocross races. Thank you, Dwight. And just for us to get hurt and finish last usually, so. Or there's a few more stories later on when we got both lost in the bush building a raft to get a moose across the river. Or a couple of years ago when we shot our first moose while we were walking out where we were sitting talking about how shitty we were at moose hunting. And those are some memories that I'll never forget. There's never any doubt in my mind that Cody and Taryn were going to get married one day, but there is one particular story that kind of sealed the deal in my opinion. One afternoon, Cody had called me, and he had asked if I could bring a jack to the York house. I didn't ask why, but as Dwight would say, ask no questions and I'll tell you no lies. I was expecting a flat tire or something simple like that, but when I got there, they were stuck. I won't go into detail about who was driving, but I'm sure most of you know who it was. If anyone is wondering, though, you can high center a Cobalt by backing over a log. I'd just like to call out and mention how beautiful the bride is today, and of course all the bridesmaids. I'm sure there was countless hours getting ready, taking pictures and all that. I'm sure it was an easy task to get this all together. Cody, you're one lucky man to have met Taryn, and don't forget who wears the pants in the relationship, because it definitely isn't you. They say marriage isn't the person you can live with, but it's the person you can't live without. So without further ado, I'll ask everyone to fill their glasses, and for those of you still can, stand. On. I know you're not that drunk. And raise your glasses one more time for the newlyweds, the bride and the groom, Cody and Taryn. Cheers, everyone.
Good job, George. Okay, so now we're going to introduce the bride and groom to do their speech. Let's see what they got to say. Oh, by the way, I want to add a beer and a gun in his hand.
I could do that. Want me to go first?
No. Thank you, everybody, for coming out for our day. It means a lot to us. I usually a lot better prepared, but I actually did not write anything, so here we go. First of all, I would like to thank the fire department. They're doing the bar. I'd also like to thank Paws and Claws. They're doing the safe ride home. Jackie, she cooked a wonderful meal for us. She's awesome. She's right there. Thank you to our photographer, Angela, our videographer, Dustin. There's so many other people I need to thank. One, my grandparents, we got married there. They've always been in my corner. They've been awesome. My mom and dad. Without my mom being Momzilla, I probably wouldn't have got this done. So thank you. Marianne and Dwight for being like second parents to me, even before our wedding day. You've always been there for me, so thank you. And everybody that came out, you've made a huge impact on our lives. Thank you for coming. It was awesome that you guys can make it out, especially after being 2 years in a lockdown. And let's just have a good time. Thank you.
I agree.